Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much, Ian. I didn't realize I'd be following T.S. Eliot today, but it's a pleasure to be here. Especially because I haven't left my house much less flown across the ocean. So I really appreciate this honor. I want to thank the T.S. Eliot Foundation and the prize so much for this honor. I'd also like to thank Jonathan Cape and my editor, Robin Robertson. This book I'm reading from is called Stones. It very much takes place in Louisiana, in the States, where there's two graveyards for both sides of my family that go back about 200 years, which is very rare for the States. This first poem is called Hum. Hum. I am learning how to sleep again, to love the descent, or is it lying here, or rising up to summit where sleep wanders till waking? And when I cannot, when the water leaches into everything and capsizes me, I wonder where you are, Father, if anywhere at all. Does sleep know you? Does day, such nights, dreams fill my waking, and worry weathers the dark? The light horribly leaking through the curtains, or awake early. I wait for it to seep in from the east. The land of dead in the west, the hum of sun, none, then suddenly up. It too cannot be sated or slaked off. Brother, sun, mother, moon, father, you cannot find, though somewhere still shines. This poem is called High Water, and Louisiana has flooding, as you may know, quite often. And so I was thinking about, what does this water mean or do, high water? What does the water want? Enters where it is not welcome, jacks up the foundation uneven, and splits the wood like a look. It rusts the roof through, drops by unannounced when your house a mess, rifles through mama's drawers, papers, borrows books for weeks, and returns them waterlogged, dogged, without no note or knock, plucks baby pictures out their frames and blurs all the names. Endless, oblivious, it apologizes and blesses and barely says sorry. In a word, you could call it family. Egrets. Some say beauty may be the egret in the field, who follows after the cows, sensing slaughter, but I believe the soul is neither air nor water, not this winged thing, nor the cattle who moan to make themselves known. Instead, the horses standing almost 15 hands high, like regret they come most of the time when called. Hungry, the grays eat from your palm, tender-toothed. Their surprising plumb dark tongues flashing quick and rough as a match, striking your hand, your arm, startled into flame. Clearing. It's a strange place to try and find God inside a building. Better off in a field whose owner, if any, has let the ivy overtake it. Shotgun shacks pulled down, abandoned beneath the green that has no borders and thus is beautiful. Once seen, you won't later in shadow be able to hunt it down. That meadow, we sat a while, unbit, shadeless, then went on without. This poem's called Dog Tags. And as you may know, dog tags, I don't mean actual dog tags, but tags that you wear around your neck if you're a soldier that identify your name. And my father left his behind. I guess I'll do. Dog tags. Of us, there is always less. The days hammer past, artificial daisies at the grave. Words I didn't choose for my father's headstone, and those that came instead to live around my neck. Dog tags, a tin pendulum on my chest. On my mother's side, my cousin, too young, dirt a pile above her, but no stone. Nothing but the tin-foil name from the funeral home. The fresh plastic flowers that still wilt in this heat. At Blackjack, she lost everything my great aunt and uncle had saved, even their low ranch where I first knew blue glass. Plastic covering the rug and the good couch in the sitting room no one dared sit. The prickly underside of the clear runner, a cactus you couldn't help but touch. Uncle Wilmer's pickup, long paid off, now stares empty under somebody else's tree. The liars and book cookers came with their knives, offering her seconds, and she sat and ate. Once you've tasted the stone-filled fruit of the underworld, you may never return. They took everything from her, my mother says, both of us shaking our heads, disbelieving how exacting death is, how deep the shade. Except breath. She was in debt and dead within a year, went through money like water. And that didn't last long either. This one's called Taunture, just a couple more. Taunture, as you know, is the thing that monks, the haircut monks have where they cut their hair. I once said monks in a movie, and someone was like, but also in a monastery. But my father kind of had that naturally, so that's what this poem's about. Taunture. Forever you find your father in other faces, a balding head, or beard enough to send you following for blocks after to make sure you're wrong, or buying some stranger a beer to share. Well, not just one. And here among a world that mends only the large things, let the shadow grow upon your face till you feel at home. It's all yours, this father you make each day, the one you became when yours got yanked away. Take your place between the men bowed at the bar, the beer warming, glowing faint as a heart, lit from within, and just a hint bitter. I'm going to end with these two short ones. This is called Lilies. Almost June, yet the blooms are already done. Here among my grandfather and foremothers and my father planted too early, we miss you, brother. He will not see another May, whose colors fiery surround us, and now him will not know his grandson and namesake ever since cruel April stole him. Father, never will you know how words blossom from my son this Memorial Day, visiting your stone, hot, up, more, he sings. The lilies we leave will tip over in wind near your name. My son doesn't yet know, though it's his own. And I'll end with this poem called Russet. Thanks again for this honor. Russet. I want to drink the day down. Maybe next the night. First we'll find our feet the floor. The blue beyond the window returns like a mother after work, collapsing into the living room. I'm home. I'm done being in love with what leaves. Autumn gathers in the trees, russet, then tries not to fall asleep on the cold ground. God, it is hard being happy if you try. Instead, be like this slow yellow. Let go. Thank you.